Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off this presentation with you today. Our first slide is titled, "Do Not Offend the Wrong Person," and the subtitle is "Know Who You're Dealing With." In this session, we'll explore how understanding the people around us can help us avoid unnecessary conflicts. We'll look at some key principles from Law 19 that highlight the importance of this awareness. So, let's get started and see how mastering this can make a real difference in our interactions. There are many different kinds of people in the world, and it's important to remember that you can never assume everyone will react the same way to your strategies. What works brilliantly with one person might backfire with another. Some people are more vengeful or unpredictable, so if you deceive or outmaneuver them, they may spend the rest of their lives seeking revenge. That's why, when you're planning your moves, you need to be very careful in choosing who to target and who to consider as opponents. Picking your victims and rivals thoughtfully is crucial because it can make the difference between gaining an advantage and inviting long-term trouble. This ties into the overall theme of strategic thinking, understanding human nature and managing relationships wisely to maintain your power and stability. The hunter's dilemma is all about understanding who you're dealing with before you make your move. You need to profile your target carefully. Ask yourself, are they insecure? Are they arrogant? Do they have a long memory? These questions help you tailor your strategy to their specific psychology. Remember, never trust appearances at face value. Someone who seems weak might actually have powerful allies backing them up. Conversely, someone who appears quiet could be nursing a deep grudge that they're waiting to unleash. If you strike without truly knowing your opponent, you risk triggering a conflict you might not be able to win. So, always take the time to build a clear profile. Understanding their mindset is crucial for success in any strategic move. And as we keep emphasizing throughout this presentation, never assume you fully understand your opponent based on surface impressions. Dig deeper, and you'll make smarter, more effective decisions. He initially thought Khan was just another tribal leader, someone to be underestimated, but he was completely mistaken. Genghis Khan declared himself the flail of God, a powerful statement that showed his divine mission and unstoppable force. And true to that, he completely wiped out the Khwarezmian Empire, leaving no trace on the map. It's a reminder of how swiftly and decisively history can change when power is wielded with such conviction. Meanwhile, Muhammad, the ruler of Khwarezm, met a tragic end. He died in exile, hunted and all alone, a stark contrast to the vast empire he once controlled. Now Muhammad II of Khwarezm made a critical mistake, one that proved to be fatal. When Genghis Khan sent a peaceful trade caravan, Muhammad seized it, viewing it as a threat or an opportunity for profit. That was his first big error. Then, when Genghis Khan sent ambassadors to protest this action, Muhammad responded with brutal hostility. He beheaded them all. This act of aggression, this transgression, is what Genghis Khan would later call the flail of God. It's important because it highlights how a single, reckless decision can ignite a conflict that changes history. It underscores the theme that respect, diplomacy, and understanding are vital in leadership, because when they're ignored, chaos often follows. Let's talk about some dangerous opponents we might face. First, there's the one with a long memory. He might not react right away, but don't be fooled. He'll wait patiently for years if necessary, just for the perfect moment to strike back and cause damage. It's important to remember that patience and timing are his weapons. Next, we have the serpent. This opponent is very perceptive and sees insults or slights everywhere. If you deceive him or betray his trust, he won't confront you openly. Instead, he'll bite when you least expect it, catching you off guard. It's a reminder to always be honest and careful with how we handle trust and communication. Then there's the insecure man. His pride is everything to him. If you offend his dignity or challenge his ego, he won't hold back. Instead, he'll react with overwhelming violence, regardless of the consequences. Protecting respect and dignity is crucial when dealing with someone like this. Finally, we have the arrogant man. His arrogance makes him resistant to feedback and overly confident in himself. Approaching him requires tact and awareness. If you step on his toes, he'll react strongly. Recognizing these traits helps us navigate relationships more wisely and avoid unnecessary conflicts. All of these opponents remind us that understanding human nature is key to managing conflicts effectively and maintaining control in difficult situations. Let's talk about observance, which is really the art of reading people. The phrase, "measure the snake before you step on it," is a great metaphor. It reminds us to be cautious and perceptive before taking action. Pay close attention to how someone treats waiters, subordinates, or even rivals. These interactions often reveal their true character more than how they behave towards us. Sometimes, people put on a mask for us, but their genuine nature shines through in these smaller, less guarded moments. By consciously suppressing your own ego, you create an environment where the other person feels less threatened. This encourages them to reveal their true intentions and feelings, giving you valuable insight. Smart power players often play dumb or act naive to gauge their opponent's real intentions. They don't rush to reveal everything. They observe, listen, and wait for the right moment. And then there's the idea of swallowing the bait. It sounds simple, but it's about resisting the urge to bite at every provocation or distraction. Instead, stay calm, observe, and let others reveal their hand. All of these techniques tie back to the overall theme of strategic observation. By reading people accurately, we gain an advantage and navigate situations more effectively. When you find yourself in a situation where you've offended someone who could be dangerous, it's crucial to remember that pride should never lead your actions. Instead of trying to fight it out or escalate the situation, the smarter move is to apologize if necessary, step back, and focus on survival. This approach can help you avoid unnecessary conflict and keep yourself safe. Swallowing your pride isn't always easy, but it's often the most strategic choice in high-stakes situations. Another key point is not relying solely on instinct. While instincts are helpful, they can sometimes be misleading or insufficient. It's important to gather concrete facts about your opponent's history, how they've reacted to challenges in the past, what their patterns are. By understanding their background and behavior, you can make more informed decisions. In the bigger picture, these strategies, apologizing when needed, retreating wisely, and gathering intelligence, are all about maintaining control and ensuring your safety. They help you stay one step ahead, especially when dealing with potentially dangerous individuals. Remember, it's not about weakness. It's about smart, strategic thinking to navigate complex situations effectively. Let's take a moment to look at the image credits, Shutterstock, Google, and AI, because it's important to acknowledge the sources of our visuals and ideas. Now, moving on to the core concept here. When you know your opponent is arrogant and hot-headed, like the arrogant man, a carefully calculated insult can be a powerful tool. The idea is that such an insult can provoke them into making a reckless or foolish attack, which you can then use to your advantage. But, and this is key, this tactic only works if you truly understand who you're dealing with. You need to be confident that your opponent is the kind of person who reacts impulsively. Sometimes, intentionally offending someone can serve a strategic purpose. It's a reversal of the usual approach, using a calculated insult to control the situation rather than just reacting emotionally. This concept ties into the overall theme of strategic thinking, knowing when and how to use provocations to steer outcomes in your favor. So remember, using a calculated insult is a nuanced move. It's about understanding your opponent deeply and timing your actions precisely for maximum impact.